I think the appeal of Gavin and Stacey is that, well, it's just lovely, isn't it? It's,
The Guardian.
It doesn't pretend to be edgy. It doesn't pretend to be cool.
Well, first of all, I think it's charming. If that's not too old-fashioned a word.
I think the characters are quite true to life, aren't
Yeah,
they?
real characters, real down-to-earth characters. A great story, a love story.
For me, I think the thing is that it cuts right across all age groups.
From 8-year-old kids. Then my dad loves it and he's 80.
And he hates everything that you're in, doesn't he? He does, though. My best mate, Gavin, who I've known since I was like 6, met his now wife on the phone at work in exactly the same way.
Stop it! Everyone's looking at me.
You've got a right dirty laugh, do you know that?
We just thought that was quite an interesting idea because it would bring together people from different places.
9 weeks ago, I met Stacey for the first time, and it's changed everything.
I didn't think anyone had ever shown a wedding on TV
Stacey.
like one I'd ever been to, which is one where essentially there's no great drama. It's just a unique day where two groups of people who've never met spend a day in a room simply because two people have decided that they want to spend the rest of their lives together.
Put your head against my life. What do you hear?
It's called Gavin and Stacey because they are the reason
That all these people
that all these people meet and move in each other's worlds, really. They are the core, they are the glue that holds it all together.
Shall I speak for a bit now? Or?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, you have to incorporate the question into the answer. and
I
was
know,
gonna
I
throw
do
it to
know
you.
that. I
Well,
do
fucking
know
do it then.
I mean, the story about how I sort of got the job is quite complicated, so I'm just going to make something up. When I got the script, I thought it was brilliant.
We did talk about Matt and Joe, didn't we? We did sort of
Yeah,
say, but we didn't know who they were then. We sort of said, oh, that guy from the Catherine Tate show, or that girl that was in Love Actually, the Welsh girl, you know.
And I just read it and just thought, oh, I have to play this part. I've got to play the part of Stacey. And then I went in and read, and it seemed, you know, to go really, really well. And then, you know, came back for a recall and had to read with him. And I was really, really nervous then. I was really nervous because I so wanted the part. So I was probably less cool than he was.
You were a massive fan of me as well, weren't you? Massive fan of my work.
I like your shirt.
Oh, cheers. River Island.
Oh, so are my shoes. Amazing.
Oh, sorry, mate. Stace, this is Smithy. I auditioned with 2 Staceys on my recall.
Was I the first one?
Yeah.
I think I was.
Joe was the first one, and then the second one came in, and she was incredible.
I heard she had really big boobs.
No,
That's true.
it was very clear from the start that it was Joe's part, regardless of who was going to walk in the door next. It was blatantly obvious. Say that.
Both just touched the screen and we went, that's our Gavin and Stacey. I remember doing that. We did do that.
I never did that.
Well, I play Stacey West. She's 26.
How do you know how old she is?
Because I looked on the internet. I didn't know how old
How
she
old's
was.
Gavin?
I think you're about 26 as well, because I wasn't sure how old I was until I read it.
Gavin Shipman is 26, which I read on the internet. And he is an Essex boy who has a really good heart of gold, but there is an Essex boy fighting to get out.
And I have a word. You got any Johnnies? I ain't going in there bareback.
There is somebody called Smithy.
Oh, yeah, the name. Yeah. The name, my cousin, Lee, Peggy Lee, to his mates, his best mate is called Smithy.
This is Vanessa.
£6, 2 slices of pizza. That takes a piss, these cockneys.
Miss!
What?
This is Gavin.
All right, Gav, how's it going, all right?
Yeah, great. And this is Smithy.
Nessa is of an uncertain age. She's lived a life. She really has lived a very, very full life.
But she's not based on anyone, is she?
No,
She didn't.
no.
She didn't.
Although people say to me, like, one of my aunties rang me up and said, "You based that on me, didn't you?"
All I want to do is go out, get shit-faced and have a curry or a fight down Caroline Street.
Oh, you're such a good friend.
I know.
When we were writing it, we did have some actors in mind, particularly Alison Steadman. We'd both worked with Alison Steadman on Fat Friends. And
Britain's highest-rated weight loss-related comedy drama.
And we thought she would make a perfect mother for Gavin.
Hi, Gav.
Hi, Mum.
No, not really. I'm absolutely shattered. I've been crying all afternoon.
I remember ringing Alison saying, look, we've written this thing, me and James. I just wondered if you'd read it, because there is a part in it we'd love you to play. But obviously, if, you don't feel right for it, we'll totally understand.
I was filming something at the time, and I was literally... when you're filming sometimes you barely have time to sort of think, never mind. So I was sort of like looking at these scripts, kind of having a glance at them, but I just, for a sort of 10 days or something, I didn't have a chance just to sit down and really read them. And I think they thought I hated them, and I think James said to Ruth, oh, she must hate it, God, that's really bad. Because it wasn't that at all, and I felt really bad when Ruth said, do you hate it, do you hate it, The answer was very much, no, I don't hate it. I love it, in fact.
And I remember where I was when Alison phoned me and just said, I really love it and I would love to be attached to it. So that was fantastic news.
When I read a script, if it's a script I want to do and I like it, I can usually hear the voice of the character sort of coming off the page, and I have an image of the character, and I could see Pam very clearly.
No.
What?
You are not having toast.
Why?
I can't be doing with crumbs, not today.
But I want some toast.
Do not start, Mick, please.
Then the other person that we had also had in mind was Rob Brydon to play Uncle Bryn.
They told me about it. They tell me they wrote Bryn with me in mind, which is very flattering.
I don't want anyone in this room being raped, myself included.
And it's a bit dangerous when a friend sends you a script because, what if you don't like it? It's really awkward. But, these are very good, and you read them and you kind of go, that's actually rather good, isn't it?
And he's just got such an eye for reading something and going, most people would do it like this, I'm going to do it like that, and it's kind of brilliant.
Ahmed!
And Larry came in and read.
With the script, when you got a duffin, and you just as well know when you got a good one. And this was instantly, instant recognition. This is wonderful stuff.
I left work at 2, just played a full 18 with Chalky and Woodruff. Don't tell your mother.
How'd you get on?
Yeah, not bad. Couple of birdies.
What's that?
Couple of birdies in the bush, in the front garden when I got in from work.
You want to get a life, Michael?
I think he's a sort of a run-of-the-mill guy and basically a loving father-husband. That's it, really. Just an ordinary character. Yeah, I rather like him. Nothing like me, of course. Complicated, evil, twisted, whatever I am.
I think Gwen was the most difficult part to cast in lots of ways because we weren't really sure who she was. And that sounds a bit odd, but it's true. We saw a lot of actresses who were great. They were really great, but there was just something. We sort of knew what we wanted, but couldn't describe it properly, which was absolutely useless.
I mean, I got nothing in. There's no beers. I got a few eggs, a bit of ham, and that's it. Oh, I could do an omelette.
Oh, nothing changes. Have you tried this woman's omelettes, Gav? Best in South Wales.
Yeah, I've had one or two.
I think when you're playing somebody like Gwen, it's a matter of trying not to do too much with it. She's Gwen, and that's it.
Fancy omelette?
Aye, go on then.
I'm fantastic at omelettes. It's the only thing I can cook. I think that's why I got the job, actually.
Do I do it now? OK. 785, take 2, starring Ruth Jones and Joanna Page. And Melanie.
The chemistry between all of us, I think, was pretty much from the read-through onwards, which is, I don't know, I've not come across it quite that strongly before.
It was lovely. Because you hear actors say this and you think, oh, yeah, rubbish. And it's not always the case,
It was a scream, which is the best thing. I mean, it was just such a good laugh.
It becomes like a family, really, the cast and the crew. There's a real kind of strong bond that emerges and a sense of camaraderie.
But we would all meet up in the evening in the bar. They had a lovely sort of fake fire in the lobby of this hotel.
But actually, it was really nice, you know, because they created a sort of cosy atmosphere, and there was a couch and a couple of chairs, and it got to be called Ali's Parlour, this particular area of the hotel, because I used to sit there. I wouldn't let anyone else sit there.
Alison and Rob sometimes would just sit and sing songs, and Larry. I mean, in fact, the bit in episode 5 where they sing from the show...
we added that.
Because we heard them singing.
Wasn't it good?
Oh, so good.
Wasn't he fine?
Oh, so fine.
Isn't it madness? He can't be mine.
He wants to know, have we got any funny stories?
Funny stories on set.
Bryden's always good to have around a set.
It was just hard to get through scenes with him because he just made me laugh all the time. And do you remember that one that we did when he had to do his
Cockney accent?
Me old cock and a sporo.
And I think he was doing it on purpose as well towards the end.
Me old Cockney sparrow.
Me old cock and a sparrow.
But yeah, Rob was great. But he was the one. He was
hard.
the one that would really push it.
I don't know if that's true. I think I'm very serious about my work. I'm a method actor.
Totally unprofessional.
You know, I like to mess around a bit, try and keep it light.
You kind of blood sugar drops at 3 or 4. He's always picks you up with another Tom Jones impression.
Yeah.
I do my stupid voices and things, and people, you know, pretend to laugh.
1014, take 2. Larry Lamb, the filthy old bastard, plays my father.
Larry's got the best stories I've ever heard. I mean, he's unbelievable, the filth that comes out of the man.
He's got some great stories which should never be put on tape.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, quite a few stories. We've all got quite a few stories that can never be told anywhere, you know, other than just in a caravan somewhere with a lot of actors and everybody's chucking in, you know. So, yeah, quite a few stories, but we'll have to save those for the memoirs, you know. A few people got to die first.
This is 361, take 2.
Very lucky to have not just a great main cast, but also to have people come in to play parts in 1 or 2 episodes. We had some of James's fellow actors from the History Boys who were brilliant as the friends.
Jesus, look at them, cracking volleyballs. Yeah, I'll make one of them. All right, boys.
Julia Davis came in to play Dawn, Pam's friend. I mean, it was just... Oh, it's such a coup to get her, wasn't it? It really, really was. And Adrian Scarborough, the two of them together, fantastic.
Everybody around this table, Pete.
I'm not embarrassing
Everybody knows
anybody
what you
around
did.
this table.
Everybody saw
The
you
only
swap the
reason
cards
that
over
you're
so that you can
embarrassing
sit
somebody around
like
this
some
table because you're
lecherous...
yakking on, talking a bit too loud.
You're sitting there, looking down her top like a paedophile.
Don't talk to her like that. She's wearing a perfectly respectable dress.
We both had a relationship with Matt, Lucas, and you know, for me, he's kind of the funniest man on earth.
1 word. 2 words. 1 more word.
No word of a lie. It's the hardest scene I've ever had to film for not laughing.
Lager. Like it.
We were really up against it time-wise.
It was awful. It was horrible. It was actually painful.
And I did feel for you. I really did feel for you.
You know what I kept doing? I kept pinching myself with my nails to stop laughing, and my hand was just covered in nail marks.
The name's Chris, but you call me Jamie. Can I do a pickup?
The screen's going nuts now.
And it would just go.
It's because he had to grab your face,
He kept
wasn't
grabbing
it?
my face and
just going
squeezing
like
it
that.
together.
That's all right, I got it then, didn't I? You didn't.
I remember even Matt going, "Come on, James."
James!
Do it now. Is he in shot?
Oh man, it was just really hard. But I don't regret a minute of it because it was such fun.
High five. You know what? Forget that. Big Tens.
What's your favourite scene? I mean, there's so many I love. I don't think I've got a favourite scene, to be honest with you.
I hate questions like this.
Favourite scenes?
Favourite scenes, I think the favourite scene I liked playing was probably the argument scene in episode 3.
Well, I'm sorry, Mick, but your wife gave us a false impression.
I'll get it out, rest, you link-munching sheep-shagger!
Look at yourselves! Will you just look at yourselves?
And I was really excited about the whole stripper thing. In my first interview, I said, oh my God, I've never experienced anything of a stripper before.
Yeah, until you got there.
Yeah, until I
and
did
his cock
experience.
was in your face.
And then it was
Oh, there's no way that's real.
That is lush.
Well, there's a great bit, actually, in that stripper bit, because he wasn't an actor.
Yeah.
And the voice, when you watch it, is James Cordon, who plays Smithy, doing the voice.
Excuse me, are you Stacey West?
Yeah.
I'm PC Lovelength, and you, young lady, are in big trouble.
Yeah, doing a Welsh accent.
No, it's West Country.
Is it West Country?
Yeah. Well, it was probably meant to be Welsh. I'm PC Lovelength. Rubbish.
651, take 4.
My two favourites were with Rob. There's a scene where he's trying to show me his route finder about how to get back to Billericay.
Brent, really, I've driven here twice already.
Gavin, please, address.
And then the other one where he does a stag do for me, so I have my second stag do, and we've got the antlers on.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Here's the big day. On the big night. Yeah? That little scene feels like a sort of independent American film to me. I really, really liked that. Just the shot where we sit staring ahead, and then when Ahmed comes in.
Oh, I thought he moved to Swindon. Yeah, I have. I'm back to see my mum. She had her appendix out. What a treat. Come and join us.
And I love that in someone like Bryn is completely colourblind. Ahmed is a lovely bloke.
OK, now we just need one of the best men and the maid of honour. All right, leave it out.
The scene with Smithy and Nessa are out having their picture taken.
Yeah.
Where to she now? And the way that you do it.
I've got a girlfriend who a lot of people here know, so I'd appreciate it.
Where to she now, then?
What?
The first joke, the first crack that old Doris makes about what not to do when you're up in London, I just burst out laughing. I thought, Christ, I wish I had that to say.
Thing to remember is don't go giving him nothing on the first night. Really? Well, no, not nothing. A kiss, a cuddle, a cheeky finger. Just don't go selling him the whole farm.
One of my favourite scenes is the scene in the car when they're coming back from Wales and they're playing that game.
Cruise, marry, shag. You cannot play that with my parents.
Ignore him. What are the rules?
And of course, Pam's there. Yeah, brilliant. Let's do this. And I think that's a lovely sequence. And we filmed that. That took quite a long time to film when we were just driving along this road and back again and driving. And we were just really having a laugh.
I knew it was going to be blue.
And the other one, you have to have a long, hard, brutal... No, it does not have to be brutal or long or hard. You just have to, shag 'em, right?
I love the episode when Jason, the brother, comes home in episode 5. I love the scene where everyone's really pleased to see him. And then Uncle Bryn comes in.
I forgot to say
And there's this terrible tension and nobody knows why.
Hi, Uncle Bryn.
You two got on good as gold before that fishing trip.
I don't want to talk about it.
Why, Bryn, why?
Don't.
What happened out there, Bryn? What went on?
I can't say.
I think what had happened is that Bryn had caught a great big pike and put it in the keep net.
We can't say what happened.
We can't reveal anything about what happened. Not yet, anyway.
And Jason caught the trout of his life, and Bryn didn't say anything, and he put the trout in the keep net with the pike, and the pike ate the trout.
I think it was actually really quite mild. I don't think anything really naughty went on at all, really. And I think he was probably having a little fiddle with himself, quite frankly.
And Jason could never, ever forgive him for not being able to take a photograph of this trout that he caught. And that was it. That was the end of their relationship. And if you believe that, you believe anything.
Oh, I can't imagine. I can't. Oh, no, I don't want to go there, really.
People have come up to me and said, oh, was it this? Was it that? And I've gone, no. I think they probably just caught him, you know. I don't think it was, you know, there's all sorts being involved.
James's friend asked him, he said, right, come on, what happened on this fishing trip? And James went, we don't know, we don't know. He went, yeah, right, look, you know, seriously, what happened?
What happened? Honestly, I don't know. Right, you've got to fucking tell me, because I just got some of the weirdest stuff going through my head about Bryn and Jason and incest and naked and fish, and I'm going, I don't know. What? What do you mean no one knows? You wrote it. And I went, it's between Bryn and Jason. And he went, oh, you're such a wanker. Then you've become such a wanker. Now you're a writer.
Come on.
Oh, sorry, I'm not even anywhere near my mum. I've forgotten the line.
When? Alison. Sorry.
There she is.
I know. But he's the father of your child.
Stacey?
Oh my God.
Honey, this is shit.
Cut. Fantastic. That was brilliant.
God, I haven't had a snog in the back of a cab forever.
I am amazed by the response, I have to say. Incredible. I've heard from people that I haven't spoken to for years. I've had emails from people. The warden of Park Prison in Bridgend, all the inmates there love it, apparently. You know, it's incredible.
Big shout-out to the criminals.
Yeah.
I just walked into here, outside the National Theatre here, and a guy must have been delivering something. He came across to me, he said, you're Gavin and Stacey, aren't you? I said, yeah. Oh, he said, it's fantastic. It's really fantastic.
I met a chap the other day, and he shouted after me, there's nothing wrong with Bill and Ricky.
I was just in Soho, and I was coming out of this building, and I was sending a text, and this bloke came up, and he went, he actually went like this. He went, where's your toilet brush? And walked off. Oh, she did things. Mate, she put things in. I've had a few people shout out, Gavin and Stacey! To which I sort of go, like shouting out, only fools and horses, if you saw Nicholas Lyndhurst. It would be weird, wouldn't it, you know?
Being Welsh, the people I've been talking to living down in Wales, and they just absolutely love it. They get the humour.
The bottom line is, the show's gone well. It's just great to be in a show that people like. Can't underestimate that as an actor. To be in something that people notice and talk about is fantastic.
I've never heard my dad laugh so much out loud at anything in my life. He keeps on, like, saying Smithy's lines. I'm just thinking, this is just so bizarre that this is my dad.
I hope he's not saying, I ain't going in there bareback. He's not saying that
Stop it, because my dad will be watching this.
Oh. That's enough.
We should do a high five.
Fantastic. Lovely. Hey, not at all.
Cool.
Fab, lovely.
We got a lot. Yeah.
You're welcome.
God, you've got your work cut out now, haven't you?